Did you know that the global Indian diaspora is almost as large as the population of Saudi Arabia? Yes, over 3.4 crore people of Indian origin now live outside India. But where do they live? How are they classified and how have their numbers changed over time? Most importantly, what challenges are they facing today? But before we dive deep into these questions, let's take a quick detour. If you are also a data nerd like us and are interested in seeking reliable data-driven insights, do check out Dataful. Trusted by over 26,000 registered users, it offers more than 17,000 clean, structured and ready-to-use datasets across 50 plus sectors, exclusively sourced from government and multilateral agencies. To know more, click the link in the description. Now back to the story. Let's begin with the big picture. As of January 2025, around 3.4 crore Indian diaspora are living abroad. That's equal to the population of a country like Saudi Arabia. This diaspora is broadly classified into two groups: non-resident Indians and persons of Indian origin. Each of these groups make up about 1.7 crore people. The difference between these two groups lies in citizenship. While NRIs are Indian citizens who live abroad, PIOs are foreign citizens but with Indian ancestry. Now here's an interesting contrast. Even though NRIs and PIOs are equal in number globally, the balance shifts when you look at individual countries. Let's take the United States as an example. It has close to 38 lakh PIOs, which is almost double the number of NRIs there. On the other hand, in the United Arab Emirates, the story flips. The UAE has nearly 40 lakh NRIs but only a few thousand PIOs. This tells us that the diaspora is not uniform. It changes depending on history, migration patterns, and opportunities in each country. Further, when we look at the global map, the Indian diaspora is not evenly spread. In fact, a majority of them are concentrated in just 10 countries such as the USA, UAE, Canada, Malaysia, Saudi Arabia, Sri Lanka, South Africa, the UK, Kuwait, and Australia. These 10 countries host about 2.5 crore people of Indian origin. That's almost 3 out of every 4 members of the diaspora worldwide. If we go deeper into these countries, another pattern emerges. Countries like the USA, Canada, UK, and Australia are more PIO heavy. Here, Indians mostly pursue white-collar jobs in technology, business, healthcare, and academia. On the other hand, countries like the UAE, Saudi Arabia, and Kuwait are more NRI heavy. Here, Indians mostly work in blue-collar jobs such as construction, services, and other labor-intensive sectors. The difference shows how the diaspora's role in host countries depends heavily on the kind of opportunities available. Now let's take a look at how these numbers have changed over time, especially in the countries where the Indian diaspora has faced hostility in recent years. Over the last decade, the Indian diaspora has grown rapidly in some countries and slowed down in others. For example, the USA saw its Indian origin population rise from around 22 lakh in 2012 to nearly 57 lakh in 2025. That's more than double in just over a decade. Canada also witnessed a huge jump from about 10 lakh in 2012 to over 36 lakh in 2025. But the UK shows a different story. Its Indian origin population actually declined from around 18 lakh in 2015 to about 13 lakh in 2025. Meanwhile, in Australia and Ireland, the diaspora almost doubled in the same period, though starting from smaller bases. But alongside growth, there is also a darker side to the story. Reports of hostility and violence against the Indian diaspora have been rising in several countries. In the United States, there has been an alarming rise in online hate, xenophobia, and even physical assaults affecting Indian students, professionals, and business owners. In the United Kingdom, racially motivated street violence has targeted both Sikh and Hindu Indians. In Canada, hate crimes against people of Indian origin rose sharply in recent years, with both online abuse and physical attacks reported. Australia and Ireland have also seen incidents of racist violence, though at a smaller scale compared to the US, UK, and Canada. These incidents remind us that the Indian diaspora story is not just about growth and success, but also about vulnerability and identity in foreign lands. So here's what we know. The Indian diaspora is 3.4 crore strong. It is split evenly between NRIs and PIOs, but the distribution changes country by country. Most of them live in just 10 countries, and while their numbers continue to rise in many places, there are also growing concerns about their safety and well-being. Now, here are some questions to think about. What can the government of India do to protect its diaspora abroad? What role should the diaspora play in shaping global perceptions of India? And how can countries hosting large Indian communities ensure their safety and integration? Share your thoughts in the comments below. Research for this story is powered by Dataful and Tagore.ai. To know more, click on the related links in the description.